Welcome to the lecture 18 of the course. In this lecture, I will continue with the uh, equal area criteria. So we solved the equal area criteria, but we will further explain what is critical clearing angle, what is critical clearing time, how it is calculated. So this is the equation where we concluded in the last lecture that P area made by the shaft power should be equal when area made by the shaft power is equal to the area made by the electrical power. Then we say that delta remains constant. It can be also verified here. This is the equation. Okay. In this equation, when P shaft, integral of P shaft from delta naught to any point delta minus integral of P electrical power from delta naught to delta any point delta, when both these terms are equal. Okay, so what will happen to this side, the right hand side of this equation? It will become 0. So if it will become 0, what will be d delta upon dt then? D delta upon dt will be 0, means when both the areas are equal at that point, at some particular value of delta, both the areas will be equal, and at that value of delta, change of rotor angle delta will be equal to 0, because at that point there will be no accelerating power. Okay, so it is written here. So point where area made by the shaft power becomes equal to the area made by the electrical power, delta remains constant, and this is called as equal area criteria. Please remember this equation. Okay, which obtained from a part of the swing equation. This equation was obtained. So moving further, here I am saying that this is P shaft and this is P electrical, and this is the equilibrium point delta naught where both the powers were equal. So at delta naught we have a fault occurs in the system and electrical power reduces to 0. Okay, when electrical power reduces to 0, so shaft power is still there, so rotor will accelerate. So rotor acceleration means delta will increase. Okay, because field flux is rotating at a higher speed now as compared to the resultant flux. Resultant flux operates at synchronous speed, but field flux is now rotating at higher speed. So this delta will increase. So I am saying I am clearing the fault at this point. I am clearing the fault at this point. The moment I will clear the fault, I will get some electrical power. So electrical power corresponding to this delta C, where it is here. Okay, so that's why I am saying it is the clearing time, clearing angle, fault clearing angle, delta C, and also this clearing angle is associated to some time that is called fault clearing time. Okay, so I am saying this is my point now, electrical point. Now at this point, electrical power is more, and this shaft power or mechanical power, it is small. So but this rotor has already accelerated, so it cannot reduce its speed to 0 instantaneously. The rotor will still rotate, means the angular displacement will still increase, delta will still increase because of the inertia of the system. Okay, so it will increase and slowly it will start decreasing up to this point. Okay, so at this point d delta upon dt, it will not change. Here I have d delta upon dt is there. Up to this point d delta upon dt will become 0, and this can be seen graphically. So what is the area under the P shaft curve? And this point, angle corresponding to this point, I am saying it is delta max, means delta go up to maximum this point. Okay, if you will measure delta at this point, okay, you will see that d delta upon dt, it comes out to be negative. Negative means that delta will not reach this point. Delta is reaching to k only, it will not go beyond k point. If you will measure d delta upon dt at this point, it will comes negative, and negative means that delta is not reaching to this point. Okay, so as you can see, this is the area made by the shaft power. I will label it as A, B, C, D. ABCD is the area made by the shaft power. What is the area made by the electrical power? Suppose I am labeling it E, F, G. Okay, here it is G. Area made by the shaft power is nothing but E, area under E, F, B, C, G. E. So area made by the shaft, this is area made by the electrical power. Area made by the shaft power is A, B, C, D, A. Area made by the, this is area made by the shaft power. Area made by the electrical power is E, F, B, C, G, E. So what is the common area in both the cases? This is the common area. I will represent it as H. So H, B, C, G is the common area. So it will cancel out. So the moment, so what are we left with? We are left with this area A, H, G, D and E, F, B, H. So these two areas will be equal. Okay. The moment these two areas will be equal, delta will stop increasing. So this is the energy that is gained by the rotor. Okay. And this is the energy that is released. Okay. Means during this period, it is accelerating, and during this period, it is deaccelerating. Okay. This is gain in energy. Here it is releasing the energy. So I am saying that at point delta, at any point K, where delta is equal to delta max, d delta by dt is equal to 0. And d delta by dt, where d by delta by dt will be 0, we will say it is the maximum value where a delta can reach. Okay. So in the previous equation, where I said the area made by the two powers. Okay. Now I am calculating here that P shaft dt, integral of P shaft dt from where to where? Delta naught to delta max. Here it is from delta naught to delta max. Okay. Should be equal to area made by the electrical power from delta naught to delta max. Okay, from that delta naught to delta max. If you will see from delta naught to this point, delta C, it is 0. Area made by the electrical power is 0. So it is from delta C to delta max. It should be from delta C to delta max. Wait a minute. It should be from delta C to delta max. Because from delta naught to delta max, if you will see from delta naught to delta C, electrical power is 0. So area made by the electrical power here is 0. Area made by the electric power is from delta C to delta max, and area made by the shaft power is from delta naught to delta max. So that's why I am writing here delta naught to delta max. However, for electrical power, it should be from delta C to delta max. No, it is right. So from this equation, I told you to remember this equation J. Okay, from this equation, you can say that the rate of the d delta upon dt whole square at any value delta dash, it is given by 2 by m into the difference of the area made by the shaft power and the electrical power starting from point delta naught to up to any arbitrary point delta dash. Okay, so if these two areas are difference in area is 0, means both the powers are equal, both the areas are equal. So what will happen to this difference? This difference will be 0, and this delta m will be equal to d delta m by dt will be equal to 0. As I told you that at point K, d delta m by dt will be equal to 0, because the difference is 0. Difference of the two powers is equal to 0. Okay. So what should be the maximum value of delta max? Up to what point delta max can increase? Okay. I told you here, suppose I am clearing the fault at this point. Suppose I am not clearing it at this point. I am clearing it at this point. What will happen to delta max? Delta max will shift further. Okay. The more I will delay delta C, clearing angle, fault clearing angle, delta max will increase more and more. Okay. Which I will show here. Okay. Suppose I am saying that I have delayed the clearing angle here. Okay. I am delaying clearing angle here. So what will happen? Delta max is moving further. Okay, still I have some area here. This is called as the reserve area. You can see here the reserve area is more because I am clearing the fault earlier. Here I am clearing the fault after some time, means delta C. I am increasing delta C, fault clearing time. So what will happen to this reserve area? This reserve area will decrease. What is this reserve area? This reserve area actually it serves as the buffer. By buffer I means it allows the rotor to release its energy. Okay. So as long as there is some reserve area, okay, I will say that the system has the tendency to remain in synchronism and the system is stable. Suppose because here you can see the electrical power is this and the mechanical power is this, or shaft power is this. So both the powers are equal, system is stable. So if I will increase the fault clearing angle, so I'm clearing the fault at this point. Suppose I'm clearing the fault at this point. No. So what will happen to this area, electrical area? It will shift to this side, means delta max will shift somewhere here. If delta max will shift somewhere here, means reserve area will reduce. Okay, reserve area will reduce, but still this area is equal to this area. Okay. So the system can maintain synchronism. So I am saying that I am clearing, no, I am saying that I am increasing the clearing angle further up to this point, delta CR, which I am representing here by delta CR. So what will happen then? What is the shaft power? And I am saying that this is at this point K, at this point K, both the areas become equal. Means this area and this area, these two areas become equal at point K. Okay. And at this point K, what is the reserve area? Reserve area is 0. Buffer area is 0. I don't have any reserve area. If I will delay further this critical clearing angle, I am saying, because it is the maximum value of angle, if the fault is not cleared before this critical clearing angle, then the system will lose synchronism. How? I will explain how. Because you can see, if a fault is cleared beyond this point, I am clearing the fault pose at this point. So this will be if it is cleared here, obviously the electrical power, mechanical power area will be more than the electrical power area. Why? Because beyond this point, this is the sine curve, it is moving like this, and from this point it is moving in this direction. So if you will move down, what will happen? Then electrical area will further reduce. If the electrical area will further reduce, means the difference in the areas, the shaft power area and the electrical power area will increase, because shaft power will be more as compared to the electrical power. So, and further this, the more we are delaying the clearing angle, the less the electrical power we will get. Okay. So the difference between the mechanical power area and the electrical power area, it will increase. And because of that increase in area, because I am saying the difference will increase. So if the difference will increase, d delta by dt will increase. So system will thus lose synchronism, or the system may become stability. So what is the critical clearing angle? It is the maximum angle at which, when the fault is cleared, reserve area becomes equal to 0. Okay, reserve area becomes equal to 0. So if we will clear the fault beyond this point, reserve area is also already equal to 0 at delta CR. If we will clear the fault after delta CR, what will happen? There is already no reserve area. The electrical power has no tendency to increase, because it will not have any capacity to increase further. Instead, it will decrease. So it will increase the difference between the two powers. Okay. So that is why I am saying critical clearing area, angle at which when fault is cleared, reserve area becomes equal to 0. And if the fault is cleared after delta CR, the system may lose synchronism. Okay. So it is written here in figure A, at point 1, I am saying at point 1, this is the point 1. In figure A, at point 1, shaft power area is more as compared to the electrical power area, which is obvious. At point 1, you can see that the shaft power area is more than the electrical power area. So delta will increase. Delta will increase. Similar is the case at point 2. At point 2, still you can see that the shaft power area will be more as compared to the electrical power area. So delta will increase further. So then I am saying that I am taking a point K. Okay. So I am writing here at point K, say shaft power area is equal to the electrical power area. So if these two areas are equal, at point K, I am saying at point K, shaft power area is equal to the electrical power area. And I am saying if K point moves further, it moves further, P shaft area becomes less than the P electrical area. Wait a minute. Yes. I am saying at point K, say both the areas are equal. Shaft power area is equal to the electrical power area. And I am saying if K point moves further, if I am moving this K point further, suppose I am moving this K point here. If I am moving the K point further, then what will happen to the shaft power area? This shaft power area here the shaft power area will become less as compared to the electrical power area. So delta will, that means delta will not move this beyond this point k. It will not, this k point, it will not shift to this point. Okay, because at this point electrical power area is more as compared to shaft power area. So k will not move to this point. It will remain at this point. Okay, this is how we are measuring delta max. What is the maximum value of delta max? At this point d delta upon dt will be negative, and at this point d delta by dt will be positive, will be 0. The moment d delta upon dt will become 0 means both the areas is equal. If you will try to move delta beyond this point, it is not possible. Okay, so this is how we are measuring delta max. So I am saying if a fault is cleared at 30.2, then see the delta upon dt. Okay, I am saying if a fault is cleared at angle 30.2, then we will see d delta upon dt at 30.4. If d delta upon dt at 30.4 it comes to be positive, then delta will increase. Obviously at 30.4 means this point delta will increase. Okay, come to next point. Yes, so if at 90 degree, check d delta upon dt again. If d delta upon dt at 90 degrees is negative, that we say that if negative, then we say that delta will not reach to 90 degree because it is negative. If it is positive, we will say okay, it has reached to 90 degree and it may move beyond this 90 degree. Okay, so if it is negative, then it will not reach to this point 90 degree. But if it is positive, it may go beyond 90 degree, and it may go beyond 90 degree up to a point where d delta upon dt becomes equal to 0. Okay, so d delta upon dt is nothing but 2 by m integral delta naught to delta p shaft minus p max sine delta d delta 1 by 2. Because it was square, I am taking it to this side. Suppose I am saying fault is cleared now at this value delta cr. Delta cr means when the fault is cleared delta at this, so this rotor will swing up to this point where pi minus delta naught, so that the reserve area becomes equal to 0. So suppose fault is clear that delta is equal to delta cr. Then if delta 1, then at delta 1, suppose I am saying at delta 1, this is delta 1. At delta 1, we will measure d delta upon dt. If it is negative, which means if it is negative here, that means delta will not reach to delta 1. But if it is positive, then delta will increase. It will go beyond this, which is the case here. Okay, I am saying we will measure fault. I am clearing the fault at delta cr, and I am measuring d delta upon dt at this point. And d delta upon dt, if it is positive, it will go further, and if it is negative, then delta will not reach to this point delta 1. So increase in delta, what do you mean by increase in delta? Increase in delta means shaft power is still more than the electrical power. That is why the delta is increasing, it is accelerating. If delta reaches pi minus delta naught, delta will continuously increase up to a point where shaft power is more than the electrical power area. Okay, up to a point pi minus delta naught. Okay, if the if delta reaches pi minus delta naught, then beyond this point, if we will go further, what will happen? Electrical power decreases further. However, it should increase, but it is decreasing, which further increases the difference between the shaft power and electrical power, and this way the electric system will lose synchronism. So if the increase in delta will not stop before this point pi minus delta naught point, if increase in delta will not stop beyond this point, before this point, then delta will increase continuously and the system will lose synchronism, and this may result in an unstable system. Okay, means we will lose stability, system stability will be lost. So beyond this point, if delta is not d delta by dt, if it doesn't become 0 at this point, then delta will increase continuously. Okay, so how will you calculate this? If you will see, how will you calculate this delta cr, critical clearing angle? Okay, simply by integrating, you know what is, I am saying that delta cr, okay, shaft power becomes equal to, when fault is clear at delta cr, shaft power becomes equal to the electrical power at point k, where delta is nothing but pi minus delta naught. Okay, so how will you calculate delta cr for a system? Simply it is not difficult to calculate delta cr. What I know, at this point k, when delta is equal to pi minus delta naught, area made by the shaft power becomes equal to the area made by the electrical power. What is the area made by the shaft power? It is nothing but this area under these lines. So it is nothing by P shaft, but P shaft, this is P shaft into pi minus delta naught, minus, suppose I am saying this is a common area now. This is common between both the areas, so I am cancelling this area. So I will take only, I am saying this area will be equal to this area because I am cancelling the common area. So I am saying what is the area under this? It is nothing but P shaft into delta CR minus delta naught. And what is the area on this area? This area is nothing but area under this whole curve minus this area. So what is the area under this whole curve from delta CR to pi minus delta naught? Nothing but the area under this sine curve, which is nothing but from integral from delta CR to pi minus delta naught, pi minus delta naught, P max sine delta d delta. This is the area under this whole curve minus this area, and this area is nothing but P shaft into pi minus delta naught minus delta CR, minus P shaft into pi minus delta naught minus delta CR. So if you will simplify these things, okay, and still you should know what the relation between the P max and P shaft. So suppose we are saying that at steady state, we are saying that at steady state, P shaft is equal to half of P max, means this is the steady state point. At this point I am saying P shaft is half of P max. P max is this, so P shaft is half of P max at this point when delta is equal to delta naught. So at steady state I am saying P shaft is equal to half of P max. So it is I can write as P max sine delta. Okay, so 1 by 2 is nothing but sine 30. I can write 1 by 2 nothing but sine 30. So P max sine delta, comes out to be, delta naught comes out to be 30 degree. Okay, so instead of P max P shaft, I will write P max sine 30. So writing here P max sine 30, which is nothing but P max sine delta naught into delta naught is equal to P max. Solving this equation, I will get the value of delta CR, because delta naught I calculated, it is 30 degree, which I will substitute here at these places. So solving this equation, I will get cos delta CR, and taking the inverse, I will get delta CR. Delta CR is nothing but 79.6 degrees. So this is called the critical clearing angle, and time taken by the system to clear the fault at critical clearing angle is called as critical clearing time. So this angle is associated, the more the angle, the more will be the time. Okay, so this time taken to clear the fault at critical clearing angle is called as the critical clearing time. How will you calculate critical clearing time then? You know the equation, d square delta upon dt square is equal to omega s divided by twice h P shaft minus P electrical. Okay, but you know when there is fault in the system, okay, I am saying there is fault in the system at this point. At the fault point, electrical power will reduce to 0. From this point delta naught to delta CR, I am saying this is delta CR, electrical power is equal to 0. Okay, so I have to calculate the time corresponding to this delta CR. What means time to clear the fault at angle delta CR is called as TCR. I have calculated the point TCR. Up to point TCR, critical clearing time, what is the electrical power? Electrical power is 0 up to this point. So this is equal to 0. Okay. So I will integrate this equation. Integrate this equation. What will I get? D delta upon dt is equal to omega s divided by 2h into P shaft multiplied by time. So d delta upon dt at time t is equal to Tc, clearing time, any clearing time. I'm not saying here critical clearing, I'm saying clearing time, because if I will clear fault up to this point, still the electrical point at this point is 0. Okay, so it will be omega s divided by 2h P shaft into Tc, clearing time. Further integrating this equation, I will get delta is equal to omega s divided by 4h P shaft T square plus T naught plus delta naught, initial angle. So at time t is equal to Tc, I will get omega s divided by 4h, formula omega s divided by 4h into P shaft Tc square plus delta naught. This is a fault clearing time. So when Tc becomes equal to TCR, delta will become equal to delta CR. Okay, so delta CR will be omega s divided by 4h into P shaft critical clearing time square plus delta naught. From here you can calculate critical clearing time as under root of 4h divided by omega s multiplied by delta CR minus delta naught divided by P shaft. So this is all the theory about the this transient stability or equal area criteria. Now I will solve a numerical problem on this topic, and then we will see how these problems are handled mathematically. Okay.